Wait, so how was Manchester? How was the Skilly Bang tour for you lot, man?
We was just having this conversation in the car where
we live.
Huh?
We live now.
We live and direct to
So I'm gonna introduce ourselves. We'll say
Huh?
hi. Okay, I'm just gonna go straight into it.
Hey everyone, welcome to On Top FM. You are now tuned in with the lovely four ladies that were the official dancers for the Skilly Bang tour. Can we please give it up for the girls in here? Woo, 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 woo. Girls, can you please introduce yourselves since my man didn't want to do it for you, so I'm going to take it on board from mine. Let me start with the pretty brown and on the edge. Right, baby, I love you.
Why are you not doing it?
Baby, so what's your name, girl? What's your name, girl?
It's Naomi MC, aka your fake baddie. Live in this building.
Welcome, pretty empress. What's your name, baby?
I'm Bubsy. Hi guys.
Hey, baby. Hello, empress.
Hello.
What up, Snoop? What up, museum? From the movies. Tell them where you is, tell them where you be.
So I'm Shaaav, aka Shaaav with 3 A's.
Yes. I'm sure we know this.
Yeah. And then we got the queen over here.
The queen.
I'm just a girl from the ends, fam. Wow,
Straight
people.
up.
Miss Rose, you came on today. Long road dancer, and that's it, my goodness.
And we're here to take over Gibz show.
Yes.
Here
But
on
excuse
Top
me.
FM.
Wagwan, sir. Hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi, can you
guys remember
introduce
me?
yourself? Yeah, this is what I'm coming to you now, my
Yes.
guy.
What do you mean you're coming to? I should be coming to you. Like,
You know what, you took a little bit too long.
I'm gonna have to too long.
You went to the first question, like, we just
The first
Are you really talking about taking too long with your punctuality?
I'm not gonna lie, I told you already though, the punctuality is a bit of a madness.
I was never told that.
I'm not gonna lie, but you know what it is?
Huh?
We did
Do
say
you
that.
know what
When
it
you
is?
got here,
Do you know what it
this.
is? Do you know what it is? Our vibe is so lit, that's gonna counteract any lateness we have.
Yeah.
Straight facts. Wait for it.
That's what we do.
What? Shut up, mate. That's what you lot do.
Nah.
No, we bring good vibes.
Good vibes are good energy, only sir. Good vibes are good energy.
Your numbers go up after this. I'm telling you, watch your numbers go up after this. They're gonna be requesting for us to come back.
Yes. Even in the comments.
That's gonna be a long. In fact, let me not even. Obviously, welcome to the show, girls.
Thank you for having
Sorry,
us.
ladies.
Thank you.
So now can I ask, how was the Skilly Bang tour?
Yes, you can.
Who wants to go first?
Wait, alright, cool. Let me start off. How did it come about? Like, how did Skilly Bang know about you lot?
What you
So,
Girl.
The one over there, the
favorite baddie.
So we need to shout our engineer, aka TK, right?
Big up
now.
engineer.
Because
all day,
he
every
actually
day.
was like, okay, do you want to work at the concert? And I was like, this was like a month before or something. So I was like, yeah. I didn't even know it was about dancing. He's like, cool, let me pattern something. I'm waiting for 2 weeks. I'm waiting for 3 weeks. I'm like, I think this guy forgot. He's like, I haven't forgotten you, you know. He got a message, he's like, I haven't forgotten you, you know. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm waiting. He's like, I'm calling you tomorrow. Then he calls me, he's like, okay, I need you to pattern dancers. I need girls. I need like as many girls as you want to work with. And I was like, cool. So I sent these girls forward because I've also known them for like a lot of years and they've all been amazing individually. And I just know they can deliver what is needed on stage, you know what I'm saying? The professionalism, the skill, the vibe, the energy, just everything. So I asked them and they were all down. I put them forward and we got selected. So that's really how it came about.
What were the other like candidates that didn't get selected?
I selected them for a reason and it was in my hands, you get me? Like TK left it to me. So
Okay. Oh, because the way how you said it was as if like there were other candidates as well.
what's that? Me choose them and then get chosen. They got confirmed, yeah?
Congratulations.
It was
Because I made sure they get confirmed.
It was a North Star.
There's nothing else there. Yeah.
Big up the
Big up.
dancing. Sorry, I got there before you.
Yeah, very long shot. I'm not gonna lie to you. So how was it? Like, what was the first? Was it first in London? Like the first
Yeah, it
performance?
was
How
in
that?
London, O2, Kentish Town Forum.
The forum, yeah.
So it was actually lit. It was stressful on the day.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
gosh,
Getting there and
it was.
everything. Because the whole concert was listed as a high risk event. So it was a lot going on behind the scenes that people did not see. They just come to enjoy the show. But if you're part of the team, you always kind of get to two sides to the story. Do you know what I'm saying? So we had to get like ready quickly, and it was kind of like we just like jumped on stage, and we just had a good vibe, and then the crowd was crazy. London was crazy. That's how I feel. London was crazy.
What was London the best?
That's a hard question.
They were different experiences. They were both sick. I can't choose which one.
I like London more, can't lie. I like the stage, the crowd, the big ambiance, everything.
But I like the vibe of Manchester. Like even after when we danced at the end, like it was. They were both they both had their bits.
Yeah, I think Manchester was more interactive in terms. I felt like it was more intimate. Like you could see faces. You know what I mean? Whereas Manchester, it was just like a
London.
London.
Even like.
I'm just like ditzy like that, but London was just like a movie type of thing. Like it was really like I filmed a lot of stages, and that first entrance was a madness. A madness. It's like everyone, like if everyone took out their phone. You know when people say take out their phone, it's like every single person took out their phone.
Not one
person in the room.
Yeah, it was like everyone knew it was a moment to capture. You know, it was a thing to capture because Skinny Men don't come here. Like it's his first actual show, especially for the culture. It's a big thing. So I feel like London really appreciated it, and you could see it because you don't get it. They don't get that often at all. So when we felt it, it was like, oh wow, like
it was a feeling to remember. Oh my gosh!
You don't ever get like stage fright? Sorry to cut you.
Yo! Sorry!
She's talking up next. Shav, tell your experiences, my guy. Tell your experiences, my guy.
If you go on my Instagram, you see a video of me running down the stairs, and then entering the stage, right? And then after, I flipped the camera to me and Rose. From there, I already got the feeling. I saw everyone. It was crazy. Then I started thinking, we're about to perform on that stage. Like, everything started kicking into me. And then obviously Skilly Bang singing his songs, whatever, and then obviously time is going on, like, okay, we're getting on soon. My legs started shaking, like everything started shaking, and I was about to say to Rose, bro, I can't do this, you know. I don't know if I can do this. Like, I started panicking, and then I see everyone else stretching, so I'm like, I start stretching.
I feel like everyone was stressed, bro.
It was so quick though. It was so quick. It was. That's what we were saying. It was just like.
You don't have like a warm-up like routine before you go out on stage?
There was no routine.
That's what I mean, it was very like quick and last minute. It was very stressful. Like when I'm saying stressful, like that's what I mean. People that are just in the crowd, you guys don't think about that. When you're behind the stage, you're like, I have to go on there, I have to warm up to not get injured. I have to make sure I look presentable. I have to make sure I put my whole skills, my whole energy, everything out there. And that's why when we saw the audience, it was like raw. Like this is actually it. I remember Bubsy, she was like, oh my god, this is lit. I was like, Bubsy, you didn't even know it was gonna be like this, innit? She was like, nah.
Wait, no, but for Rose, this was a different experience because this is her guy.
This is my artist, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the biggest
She got emotional. Oh my gosh.
What? Are you mad? Listen, let me tell you something. Last year, you know when that red something challenge, that put your head up. Right, you see when that came up? I was like, I need to do one. If Skilly ever does one, I need to do one.
The silhouette challenge.
The silhouette challenge, that thing. There you go. That's something there. Cool. He put it out there and I was like, I need to do it. I need him to see it. Cool. He saw it. He posted it on his story. I started to bawl for 2 hours. I was like, he saw my video. So when Naomi came about for this opportunity, like, it was a next feeling. And to be on stage and to watch him perform, and like he performed one of my favourite songs, which is Taken, and no one actually frees that song first.
That song is hard.
Fam, the song is bad, you know. Fam, I know every lyric. I know every lyric. I know the ad-libs. I know the.
I wish you were back. I wish they had you a mic, you know.
I would have known more words than Skilly, brother. I would have known more words than Skilly, fam. I'm telling you, that's my song. So like hearing these little bits and pieces and just being in that vibe and being around girls that are so pure and girls that are also from the culture. Because I think one important thing that I've taken away from this tour is I've been able to do this with girls from the actual culture. Do you get it? Girls from Caribbean backgrounds, especially with all Jamaican descent. So it was so important, and it was just such a good vibe. And yeah, to see my artist, fam, no one could ever take that away from me.
What was it like meeting him? Like, what's he like?
So, we never got to meet him.
No, my belly.
I can say, okay,
You have a different experience.
Naomi has a different experience.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. The whole thing was just a bit long, like for us, in terms of. Because we came on the tour last, do you know what I'm saying? If the whole other team and crew was already patterned, and dancers came last. I was still very grateful though, because the dancehall industry, generally, and in the UK, it's like we did something different.
Yeah.
We brought something authentic to the stage.
Definitely.
And I met him at a shoot after the London show, and he was like, look, I saw you lot on stage. So I know like he literally saw us doing our thing, and obviously he wanted us back from Manchester. And he was very calm, very chill, down to earth, like he was cool. But in Manchester we was trying to get a picture, but it was mad.
It was
too
mad.
mad. It was mad.
But his circle is nice, his team is nice, like there's no negative
lovely,
vibes.
Lovely.
And yeah, like he wasn't like when we're on stage, he allowed, you know, some artists don't allow you on stage. He weren't like, they didn't tell his security to, you know, make them move off the stage or whatever. He just let us chill, he let us vibe. And in Manchester, I think for me, was like the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Because it was like DJ Lani there, Lawless was there, Shawnee B was there, and then we're just chilling there watching Skilly Ben do his thing, while everyone else is on the other side wishing they can be where we are. Like, I don't care if I didn't have to have a conversation with him, to be able to see my artist live and direct that close, and hear my music live and direct, brother, no one can tell me nothing, fam. The greatest experience.
100%.
One of them anyway. I had 2 big experiences this year, so that was definitely a big thing.
What was the other great experience?
So, you know the Stormzy tour? You know his sister, Rachel Anderson. Big up Rachel, my guy. So she booked me, Duracell.
Wait, she's the DJ?
Yeah, she's the DJ.
Okay,
yeah, big up Rachel. Yeah, DJ Rachel. So she booked myself and Duracell alongside Fats, our management, to format the tour, to open up with her for Stormzy's tour. And that was literally the Tuesday before the Skinny Bone tour on the Saturday.
Tell them where that was. Tell them how big this crowd is.
Sold out show, 20,000 people in the arena. Not no small thing, big thing.
What can I say for the Kentish one?
The Kentish one is 2,500.
Okay, that's a big difference still. So like, do you not have a routine or anything, or do you just go up and like the vibes?
We did what we do, we vibes.
Yeah, it was freestyle.
We vibes.
Everything was freestyle.
Do you know what it is with dancers?
Everything.
Is where when we watch each other and we're vibing with each other, you naturally tend to catch on to other people's steps.
Yeah.
In whether it's whining, whether it's doing a natural step, whether it's following a sequence, you naturally fall in and out of following other people. So especially when girls understand and madam understand the culture, it naturally looks like we're doing a routine when really and truly it's just a big vibe.
None of it was a routine.
To be honest, that's part of dancehall as well. Like, it doesn't have to be like a choreo you see in like commercial tours and whatnot. Like, you want to see the freedom of the actual dance and the dance hall. You want to see it, and I feel like that's what we brought. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because like there've been times like at parties and that, like I would see like one of you start dancing, and like, the next like you got start all doing like you all suddenly become like in unison somehow out of nowhere. Like
it's vibes, man.
Dancing steps, bro.
Yeah, that's the step.
You know, like the willy bounce, like you got the log on, you got Nalinga. Everyone knows these easy things like shampoo, signal the plane. All of these things that you see us do is exactly like that. Just majority of people don't know their names.
all dancers, I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen people try to join in and it's like,
that's all it is.
Exactly. So how did you lot all first start dancing and then become a unit ish?
Who's going first?
Let's go down the list.
I've danced all my life. Like that's one of the only things I know to do since I'm a baby. Like, and I think it stems from me coming from a creative family, all my older siblings dancing. I was just always dancing. And my mum sent me to ballet when I was 4. I was doing dance with my sisters, so they would teach me like the first steps. They would teach me like how to whine and stuff like that when I was younger. Then I went into hip hop, went into hip hop choreo, went into battling, went into crumb. And then I kind of got tired of that scene. She's actually doing all the styles, literally. And then I kind of got tired of that scene. I wanted to go back more to my roots, so I went back into dancehall and Afro. And then we had like a dancing group in Germany, so this is when I still lived in Germany. Then I moved to London. And I met these two pretty early, and we were a part of a dance group called Ultimate Queens. Don't disrespect.
Say something, brother. Say something, brother. Say something, brother.
Basically, people, to those that don't know,
I don't even want to hear this. Don't disrespect the name like that.
Guys. Talk your things.
Basically, yeah. When Shaaav first told me this name almost about 5 years ago, yeah, Ultimate Queens. So I was like, alright, cool, Ultimate Queens. You know, cut the rest of the name, it's just UQ, right? So that's basically, if you spell it out, that's UQ.
Guys,
these girls are all getting offended, bro.
Let me tell you something, yeah?
UQ is not spelled like that.
Let's spell UQ for a minute, yeah, please, and thank you, sir. It is a UCK, yeah, not a UQ.
Alright, cool. How do you pronounce UQ? How do you pronounce UQ?
UQ!
Well, sir.
Like, why is he so bothered about this name?
I'm not bothered, I'm just saying.
Just give us the name, Ultimate Queens. It has a name.
He's hating.
I'm not being hating, it's just what it is.
It is, because we're queens and we're ultimate.
I ain't counting that.
With a crown
it's
on the top. It is U.Q with a crown
Oh my
on the
God.
top.
Yeah,
So
where there's a dot.
Do you know, it popped up on my Facebook today, yeah? Today, 6 years ago, was the day we did that stage performance.
But the
Everyone's watching, it's today, 6 years ago.
Yeah, man.
We go far
We
back,
go far
fam.
back.
We go way back.
And then I feel like I've met Bubsy, I don't know, maybe a year later or something at a shoot.
Probably.
And then me and Bubsy did a couple of
Right.
stage performances as well, more like Afrobeat based. We've done a lot of music videos together.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I have different friendships and relationships with each individual here. But yeah, I've danced all my life and I still do and I'm never going to stop, really.
Imagine.
Yeah. With me, I started dancing since I was like 4. Like did the typical, my mum pushed me to do ballet, tap, all that type of stuff. I think she pushed, and I did like piano, violin. Like my mum was very much a musical family. And then yeah, I really did enjoy it. Was doing it up to like 15. I went to art school, went to the Brit school, and then I would go away. Like I used to go hungry. I used to do salsa. I used to do bachata. Yeah, I used to all this type of stuff. Like I was proper in like the dancing community. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, I don't know. I had like a little break. I went to Canada for a bit. I was kind of like, oh, is this what I want to do, type of thing. And then when I came back, I was like, okay, I had to decide, am I doing it full throttle or am I going to go and do something else? I was like, no, this is something that I love. Like, this is something that I've done since I've been breathing. So I couldn't see myself not doing dance. I know some people are like, oh yeah, you dance. No, I dance. Like, it's not a thing that people might think just because it's a passion, it's not a job or anything like that. It's something that I live and breathe. So when I came back, it was one of those things where I put my all into it. And then I actually started off I met this artist and he was like, oh, do you want to be in a music video? I was like, oh, okay, I might try it. And I did one music video and then from there it was like a catalyst effect. And then I started meeting people, I started meeting like other dancers, got really into the Afro scene quite early. Like really early. Like I used to do stuff with Chop Daily, all that type of stuff. And then yeah, I met Naomi and I met such beautiful people and it's like continued into like such a big thing. Which I expected because you know when you put stuff out you always get stuff back. But I always say to people that you never know your journey but you know your fate. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it. I love it. That's how my Japan journey anyway. But yeah, on to you, mother.
Again, the same thing. My mum is probably like my biggest supporter and my brother. From young, my mum got me into ballet. I told her I didn't feel it, but I do like dancing.
Little ballet, little.
I know.
I wish you had little ballet.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her I didn't really feel it, but I like dancing. And then like, from there, we found like a hip hop class. In my primary school, I did like a after school club, and yeah, we used to do like showcases. And that's where you go to like other schools and perform on their stages. That was when I was like 7. My mum still has the videos to this day. Like, yeah, it's great. I was like 7. I was dancing to Chris Brown wall to wall as well, so you can
Chris
imagine.
Brown is
That's
the
why you
future
love
wife
so
right
much.
here. Chris Brown, this is your future wife, yeah. She's
That's why you love
the
him so
day
much.
one.
It's like
You're gonna
attached.
find
Do you
her,
see
this
what
is
I'm
the
saying?
woman
Yeah, that
you're
makes sense. That's like me and Beyonce, you know.
Is it?
Yeah,
She's gonna marry
crazy enough.
Chris.
That's
Yeah, no, but I think
Oh,
Jackie wants to
innocent.
marry Chris.
She's gonna marry Chris.
Yeah.
She's gonna marry Chris.
we're gonna make that happen. Like.
I think this is what I said after the show. I said after the show.
It's possible.
Next is
Someone
Chris
actually
Brown.
did say this to me. He's like, "Nah, big you lot up. Next time it's Chris Brown." I was like, "This is alright."
It's happening.
Manifest it
Sorry,
from
it's
now.
happening.
Shout out to
Chris Brown,
Chris Brown's on the way.
We're all going to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, I want Usher.
Let's put
Let's put Usher on the list as well. I love Usher.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
fantastic with artists right now. Bro.
Nah, sorry.
Listen.
That makes sense why you love him so much.
Yeah. Literally,
Easy.
from I was 7,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, yeah,
Wall to
dances for me. Chris Brown, wall to wall.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Literally.
That's a band now.
Yes. And even the music, like anyway. So yeah, that's how I got into it. That's how I knew that's what I love to do. Then obviously I went into secondary school. I got into like another group, and it was called Accelerate, and it was more like cheerleading, street dance. It had like whacking and stuff. Like it was like a whole genre.
What's whacking?
Oh no.
Okay, no,
Do
we
you know
know.
Voguing? Come on, Vogue.
Oh, dude,
Right,
that's
so
some old school
it's
shit, boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit of history of whacking. It was made by the gay community in America to basically a way to express themselves, and it actually comes from pop rock. It comes from a lot of the old hip hop styles, and it's a different style, but it is originated from the gays. Hence the reason why it's very, very beautifully expressive.
I love it. I'm not gonna
What, do you
lie.
still do it or?
What? Of course, whacking is beautiful, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think anyone can whack as good as the gay man.
No,
I'm sorry.
no.
Lyrics.
I'm sorry.
They going.
They go
They
in.
going
I
hard.
want to go to the.
They
So
going
do
hard.
I.
They've actually got some balls coming up.
No, they do.
They got a few
They
over here
do.
still. We need to roll.
Yeah.
They do.
Mm.
Where was I? Yeah, so when I left primary school, I got into that, and that was a thing of, I went to Harris Peckham Academy, and there's like 8 different Harrises. So we all would have our sports day together. It was literally like the Olympics.
That is mad stuff.
Yeah, that's
actually mad stuff.
Very competitive. It was lit.
That's lit.
You got all the
That's
dancers, all the like obviously runners, whatever. It was literally I said there's videos on YouTube of that as well. It's lit. And literally from year 7 to year 11, everyone knew me as the dancer, the tomboy, like hip hop, all of that shit. Yeah. Then obviously I left, got into 6th form. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do now? And then that's where I met Michael, because he went to the school, and then I think he came back to my school to give this talk to like all the younger kids. And then he was saying that he's got this dance group, blah 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 blah. And I was just like, oh my god. And then from there, I was like glued onto this dance group that he was talking about. I was just glued onto his page, and then that's when I met these two. They were part of Ultimate Queens before me.
You're never gonna get over that.
I was like,
Some man you're wicked, them wicked, them wicked. Enough man you're wicked, them wicked, them wicked.
No! Yeah, so they were part of Ultimate Queens, and then I said to him like, please can I join? Like I just love to be in a group. That was always my goal or my passion, to be in like Step Up. You know, in Step Up, like they got their group and they're just on the street dancing or doing. That was always my thing, innit? So when I got into Ultimate Queens, I put my all into it. It's like I tried to be at every rehearsal or this and that. And then
I need to do the rehearsal, sorry.
was it not like every Thursday or something
for
like
every
that?
week?
No, it was Tuesday and
It was
Thursday.
Tuesday and
wasn't it?
Thursday, and if it was showtime, we'll have the Wednesdays in
Yes,
between.
so that was it. And the training was intense. We was talking
Nice.
about this the other day, yo.
Yeah, it reminded me of when I was a teenager in Germany. Like the way you get trained when you're young, yeah.
Oh
And then when you
my.
get older, you're like, wait,
I don't know if I could do. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that again. Still, wait.
We were athletes.
It was lit. Yeah, then I got into a long relationship, and it's hard being a dancer and being in a relationship. I don't know if you guys can relate to that.
100.
Yeah, and then obviously recently I came out of that, and Naomi, it's like it all just happened because Naomi shouted me, and I'm thinking, I haven't danced in so long, like how come you're still shouting me?
I did not care because I know her skills and the talent. That's all you need, you know what I'm saying?
When she messaged me, she was like, do you want to dance? I was like, I swear to you, I had to call Rose. I was just like, I don't even know, like I haven't done this in so long. And we're jumping straight into skinny bang. Like, how do I even prepare my body for this? Like, and yeah, like, now I'm here, I'm back. Shaaav Miss Rose is back. And
Yeah, back to stay, girl.
We're gonna kill it.
No
We're
way.
gonna kill it.
Yeah.
And that's where I am. And dance, I'm never giving you up again because
Period.
this is where I
Wait,
belong.
you actually gave up dancing?
Yeah, I gave up dancing.
For
That's
how
what-
long?
I would
3
say,
years.
yeah, about 3 years still. Like,
It's mad.
You know what it is
Good
though?
for you.
You have to give yourself the props because she never fully gave up. Like she'll come out on the
Yeah.
scene, but whenever she was needed, anyone will call her, and anyone that says, "Yo, Shav, we need you," she'll always pop back up. So you have
That
to give
was
yourself that
always
props.
still,
Did the
yeah.
pandemic have something to do with that, or was it?
It was literally just a relationship.
Wait, we move. Anyways.
And she has moved to Skinny Bang Show twice. Yes. My fucking jealous. He's like, oops, sorry.
It's cool. It's gonna hold you accountable.
Oh wait, do we have to filter?
Huh?
Do I have to be filtered?
No, you can just limit it, that's all.
Fantastic, I'll limit everything. That one was meant.
That was, yeah, no, I know.
From now on.
I know.
It's not,
Yeah,
my
no,
my
it's
journey's a
true.
little bit different
Yes,
from you, man. I can't even lie. So
That's fine.
I started
I
off
was
the,
something as well, but I'm like, nah, this.
I started off the same as you, man. Just young dancing, but I never had parents to kind of push me into that field. So my dancing journey never started professionally. I started dancing from 5. I've loved music since the day I was born, and it was like my only comfort. So my dancing journey started off in the playgrounds. So I actually started off from 5 years old creating choreography in the playgrounds. Yeah, fam. So I was known from primary school just being a choreographer, always dancing, always doing my things, and then from there, sorry, I'm from the ends, southeast London. So if you know how it is, you know how it stays.
Represent, man.
Always,
Yeah.
all day, every day, fam.
Yeah.
Regular girl from the
Every day.
ends, family,
Yeah.
yeah, fam. You get me? But yeah, so I went to school on Wharf Road, and we had a couple of connections with like Southwark newspapers and stuff like that, and I entered competitions from there. Got into secondary school now. These times I've only ever taken 1 dance class in my life, ever. 1 dance class in my life, and I've always kind of been an introvert. So at secondary school I used to come in with my Walkman in my pocket and my headphones and just literally dance at every chance I possibly
You was
could.
one of them
Yeah,
ones.
fam, I
Oh
didn't
my
really have
gosh.
friends.
Living and breathing it.
Yeah.
I know the ones there.
I didn't really have friends like that. I had a couple,
I know
but
exactly
you know when you grow up, and I went to all girls school, so you know with girls it's a bit of a
Yeah.
mad situation, do you get me? And I didn't really have good connections with females like that, so my thing was my headphones and my Walkman, and from there, from when I was 13, I don't know if you guys know Julie, he was in, what was that, Peckham's Finest?
I probably don't.
So he's a choreographer anyway. He had a no, I lied. Even before then, my family is big on music. My family's big on music. One auntie's house, rest in peace, auntie. She always had the DJs. She had the big speaker. She had the music, and that was mine and my cousin's safe place to go and dance because house life wasn't the greatest. You get it? So we'll always go to auntie's house. There'd always be, one of our cousins there bringing up the latest music, the latest dance trends, and we'll be learning it from the living room. We'll be learning it out on the roads when we're doing madness. Like dance was just everything, and I started to actually teach and get paid teaching at 14. I started to teach for a Pembroke Youth Club at 14. And these
Did you have dancing lessons?
no,
At the start?
no, I've never had dancing. I've never had dancing lessons at this point. So before I even started to teach, I've never
This is
took one
all
dance
just
lesson.
like self-made.
Yeah, it's all self-made up until I got to 14. So that's when I met Julie, and I was in his dance group, and I met another choreographer called Daryl Baker. Big up Daryl. So I was good with choreography, crap with freestyle. Daryl was great with freestyle, but not so great with choreography, and we blended from then. So I did that from 14 to 17. However, I got into a relationship as them things happened, and then I had my son. So after I had my son, I kind of dance took the back burner. I was still in music. I was doing PA for artists and stuff like that. I could never leave music, but I was mummy life. Do you get it? And then I had my own company alongside another lady called Rhetoric EA, and we went around teaching schools, secondary schools, and SEND children. And from there, it just built up from there. When I was 26 or 25, I left that company, however, I always kept in it. So right now I teach adults with learning disabilities performing arts, and I literally just got into that job just by always being consistent. No qualification, no GCSEs, no nothing, just straight consistency and love dance. From there I built it up that way. I've been in that for 7 years. And then I come back into the dance scene, but I was like, something's missing, because I was doing hip hop, I've done 21 styles of dance. What am I finding? I'm with Daryl Baker's group, Cadets, and we're doing Madness. We did World of Dance, that was lit. Right. We did just bare other competitions, but I was like, something's missing. I need to come back home. So when I was 25, I decided to take a back burn of the hip hop groups and then decided to come back to dancehall.
25?
How old do you think I am? You lost. Like, to me, my guy. How old do you think I am? Real quick.
I swear.
Before the 25.
Because,
before I said 25.
Yeah, I was thinking like 23, 24.
I'm 31 this year.
Big up to yourself, folks. Like, don't crack it.
31 this year.
I'm not regular.
I'm not regular. I'm a 10-year-old child that's going to secondary school this year. Don't rap.
Big up yourself, man. For real.
I'm one to play about.
I definitely respect that.
Do you get it? So, yeah. Jump back into the dancehall scene with Fresh as Ice. Big up Fresh as Ice, because they moulded me and built me up and brought me back home to the mid-school of dancehall, which I was so obsessed with. Me and my cousin Steppa, that was our ground, that was our home, do you get it? So then from Fresh as Ice, I still felt like there was something missing. And I was doing workshops, I was teaching classes, and then I met Caribbean Party UK. And that's when
my God. How did I forget to mention Caribbean?
And then that's when I bumped into Shaaav again.
Wow.
So you all heard the stories of Ultimate Queens.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to mention that part.
We danced together for like 7-8 years, and then me and Shaaav have come back together in
We were like the first 3 dancers, innit?
Yeah, there was like 5 of us. There was me, Shaaav, Spade, Steppa, Duracell, Heats, and Skull.
Yeah.
That was the original 7.
How did I forget to mention that?
It's alright, that's what I'm here for.
That was
like one of the biggest things in my life.
I've got you, Maggie, because that's what I'm about to talk about. So from there, we got to do, you know, different parties. You know, big up Super Nitro for bringing us all on board. Big up Fats, big up Kalai as well, big up Vibes. Because they were actually the dream team for the first 2 years that they pushed us everywhere. Do you get it? You have to respect them.
They got my first Shaaav top and just my Shaaav
branding.
Yeah, literally. They were like,
So
okay, you need to start branding yourself. Like, you can't just be in the parties dancing. Like, you're gonna be on stage. People need to know who you are.
For real.
And they paid for my shit.
Legit, fam. And from there, we literally did parties in all over London, Reading, Birmingham. We went to Manchester Carnival. Yo, we even took flights to Berlin, back and forth. I was in Berlin monthly. In 2019, monthly, literally, just by the team, fam. It was just by a positive and good energy. Like, there would sometimes be like 10 of us at like 4 different events in the same night, in probably like 3 different countries, and we're all sending each other videos. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God!
What are you doing? I'm trying to be like you, my guy. Yeah, fam. It was on 5, fam. There's
They're
no.
all shutting it down there. We're shutting it down here with them.
And we're like, okay, yeah, say no more. We're coming.
Yeah.
Hold up, wait for the video. And it was just a lit vibe. Do you get it? And even though, you know, people grow, life happens and things fade away, but the family energy and the element of it always stays. And regardless if people are in or you've come out, you know there's always a family element there. But literally from Caribbean Party UK, I've literally just pushed myself from there with the support of some in the scene, and yeah, just have never stopped dancing, ever. Like, I would dance for 3 days straight with no sleep. Facts.
There's a whole bunch of beautiful stories.
Thank you.
What's been like the best part? Like, what's been like your highlights?
There's a lot.
There's too much to be like, you know.
I think for me, it was when I had like a low phase in my mental health. Like I really stepped back from dancing because I just didn't like myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt in my body. So from being a person that's always in class or always performing to not liking yourself at all, not even want to see yourself in the mirror, it was kind of crazy. So I just started dancing in my room. And at some point I started filming myself because I was like, bro, like, have you, like, you know what I'm saying, what's your style now? Like, how do you dance now? And And that's kind of how When the Waist Takes Over came about. So people like knew me for like whining at home, missing my waistline and shit like that. So that was a good thing, because I was also teaching other women to kind of be more in love with themselves and their body and gain that body confidence. So that's one thing that I'm really grateful for, because dance, like, literally, I think for all of us, like, dance saved our lives in ways that we can't put in words.
We say it like this: dance is our oxygen.
It's
Without
different.
oxygen, you can't breathe. Without dance, we can't survive.
That's
You know what I'm
exactly
saying? Like, if I don't
it.
dance, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
If you guys ever not see me dancing, just know I'm going through something mad. And you
But
need to
that's
help
what you
me.
were saying. Sorry,
Do you know
you
what
know
I'm
when
saying?
you was like, you could tell the energy shift or whatever.
Right.
I stopped dancing for so long, like, and it's only now I've been able to dance, and as you said, like, feel myself in my front room dancing and be like, okay, like, you still got it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because it's a different
Dance is
connection that dancers have with themselves and being in the element, like same way a DJ, you know what I'm saying, is in the element when you're mixing music, we're listening to music, so that's kind of for us. But I feel like with dancers, we don't always get the platform to explain what it actually means to us. Like, no one understands, it's a different language, isn't it? Like,
Like,
dancers
we even
have a different
understand when we're
language.
dancing, we're actually talking to
We're
you.
talking.
When we're, especially like, if you look at us and we do certain sequences, actually read what we're saying, because some of us, dance is our first language. Not English,
Literally.
you get it?
Yeah.
So it's like, you actually have to learn to understand us, because sometimes we find it so hard to be vocal. But also when we're trying to be vocal, a lot of the time we get shut down, because nobody really wants to hear the life of a dancer, to be honest.
Talk your shit, innit? Do you get me?
Yeah.
What's something that people don't know, or something else that people don't know that you guys go through? As dancers.
dancers.
How long you got?
Innit?
I think this is going to take up the rest of your podcast.
Alright, cool. One each. We'll see how it goes.
Oh gosh.
What we go through.
Yeah, like.
Do you mean like?
What's something
I'll
that
give you
like?
something. Okay, cool. So, image, size.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
In the dancehall community,
I'm gonna-
She's going with the size.
in the dancehall community, in society today,
Wait, dancing or dancehall?
dancehall and society,
Oh, okay.
yeah, both. There's a certain image which is preferred to be seen. All right, it has to be. You know, I'm not even talking about complexion right now, because we already know colorism exists. But right now, there's certain shapes and sizes. You know, females are altering their bodies, and it's a lot. And I see so much love for, you know, a fuller woman. But you see, being a slim is in this game. Fam, it's the hardest shit ever. Excuse my language again, oh my god. Sorry, I get into the meds, fam.
Just
No,
talk
on the real, because you need to remember, for one, everything is kind of visualized, so people want to have what's good on the eye.
Yes.
Do you get me? And what's good on the eye right now are the latest trends. As slim as ain't a trend. Do you get me? So no one really wants that. Second and foremost, I skin out sometimes, but I'm the girl that I just like my trackies and I like to be cash.
You know,
get
I
it?
remember the times when me and Shaaav used to whine and Rose was like, I don't do this shit.
Yeah.
I don't do this.
Fam,
Now look at her.
never,
This is going on the head
years,
top.
I was never whine, fam. When these guys are whining, I will stand there holding the camera and I'll be like, my gems go in because it's
I love the fact that she's so versatile. Like,
Facts,
that's
bro.
another whole
That's just my
ballgame, bro.
thing. Do you get it? But like, I realised that being the slimmers in this game, that people often overlook your talent. They don't necessarily want to watch you because they don't find any attraction to you, or they don't find that you're going to fit it. And realistically speaking, if you actually watch me for a minute, or you watch certain girls for a minute, or you actually don't pay attention to their body, but you pay attention to their talent, you will actually realise you're missing so much great talent.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been the biggest boundary, being a dancer in general. However, when you go over to like the commercial world and stuff, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
So for the commercial one and stuff, I've got a little bit too much shape, especially in my legs, and I'm a bit too defined. So it's like, being in the shape, you can't really win. But one thing I have to say is that it's so good knowing that I have all these boundaries, I have all these barriers, I have all these issues, and I'm still able to kill a stage. Do you get it? So no matter, even though it's a problem, my Jenna is something I have to roll with, because there's other women like me.
Have it, yeah.
There's other women like me that have space and don't have stage time. Do you get it?
That's
So
literally what I pushed, because
there
there was
needs to
a
be more
time
after
when,
me.
like, when I felt like because there's always it's a performance industry, and entertainment industry is always gonna look at your looks, especially as a woman and especially as a black woman. So it's like we all have faced so much like adversity and stuff that we have to go through, So I fully like connect with her just on a different scale because then with me, okay, cool, now it's kind of like in to be thick, you know what I'm saying? There was a time when I felt super ashamed, like the time when I met you lot.
Yeah.
That's when Slimmers was in.
That was hard.
That's when all the dancers were
because I was really like, I was bigger as well.
Yeah, it was bigger.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that was the struggle that I had where I stepped away from dance and then came back and was like, you know what, I'm gonna own this. So it's like,
and you
it's
did.
so, you know what I'm saying?
You did.
But it's so mad because every woman, no matter what we look like, actually has the same experiences. And I think that's the terrible thing when it comes to dancing, innit? Because it's like that takes away so much of our love and our expression. Because then I'm thinking, oh my god, how does my belly look here? How does my legs look here? How's this here?
This is like the other day I took it back to the Jabberwockies fam. I don't know if anyone used to watch America's Best Dance Crew. You see the Jabberwockies fam? Have you guys ever seen the dancers that dance with masks, gloves, and they all wear the same clothes? If you haven't, pre them.
I've seen Step Up.
Cool. I don't know if they're in Step Up, but
you can probably see Jabberwockies.
The Jabberwockies, they have the same mask, the same clothes, the same gloves, the same crepe. So you actually have no choice but to watch the way they dance rather than how they look, fam. And them things actually show us that actually people don't breed talent.
Yeah.
People don't breed talent sometimes.
It takes a lot. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like especially as women, it's so hard sometimes because what I clock in the UK is that, like, if it was in America or maybe even Jamaica, probably everyone here would have a manager. Do you know what I'm saying? But here it's like we have to go out and do these business conversations by ourselves, which is a bit mad because then you're not talking business because you're looking at something else or you're reminiscing on how it was dancing.
Trying to violate.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't at me, fam.
It's so annoying. So that's why I have to big up people that actually take us serious as person and as a talent, you know, as an artist. But it's definitely something as well that women go through. Like just being a woman and being an artist and just being there like, bro.
If you lot was to have a manager, who would you want it to be?
Who?
Yeah.
Manager Fats. Big up Uncle Fats all day, every day. Uncle Fats. We already call him our manager anyway. Fats official. Go follow him if you don't know who he is, my guy. But you know what it is with Fats? Like, he doesn't take on what he needs to unless you tell him to. So even if he sees something is out of your control, unless you tell him, yo, can you help me or handle it, he will allow you to handle it. Do you get it? And there's not many management like that allow you to maneuver. And he's not even management, we just call him management. But he actually takes on that role even though he doesn't have to. So if I had to have a manager, and I think,
as well,
we'll have the same manager. We'll have the same manager. We've got Fats official all day, every day.
Who would you guys choose?
I mean, if my dream world, I think.
Girlfriend.
That's a good question, actually.
Who would you want to choose?
I'd want
in the dream world for me,
Ivy Park. You know, Beyonce's what's it called? Woodland something. Anyway, the people that manage Chloe Bailey, those people I want to manage me because they actually manage a lot of like influencers and stuff. But they are quite good actually. So Beyonce, their team is really great. They're really good.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know, because I feel like me even moving here when I was 18, it's like I'm still meeting people, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's about who this person knows. He needs to be well connected in the Caribbean scene and industry, internationally, not just UK. You need to be involved in the TV scene, because I also act, I went to acting school, so you need to be involved with like everything. And you need to, I want to have like a manager, like the way an artist has a manager that's only on your case, that's what I want. I don't want to, like this agency thing is cool, but if I'm saying manager, I want one individual that's actually understanding me and what I want and sees my talent and actually I can meds with, you know what I'm saying? Like we can sit down for an hour and be like, okay, what's next? What do you need to do? Someone that pushes me. So, I don't know. You need to step it up.
You need to find your Uncle Fats.
No, sorry, I'm changing mine. Sorry, I'm completely changing mine. Big up Fats though.
Fats is still man, I don't
I don't even know.
No, I would want Fats. I feel like, obviously, as you said, like Fats is amazing, but realistically, I would want you to be my manager.
Me?
Yeah,
I don't do that.
no, honestly, because you've been in the game for so long.
I hear that, even after hearing a story, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. The connections that, as I've said to you 1,000 times, I have preyed you since I was 16, 17. So, do you get what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be on stage with you, but I feel like you pushed me, even there's a video on my Instagram, on her Instagram, where she draws me out on stage, and that's when I just get into my zone, and that's when I just like lose it on stage. So yeah, as you just described what you'd want your manager to do, I feel like that is us. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
That's what we do, bro.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think people understand that there's times like me and Shaaav will arrange our own bookings. Like, she'll be like, oh my guy, I've got this booking for here, what you telling me? Alright, cool, what do you need? Cool. And I'll be like, girl, I've got this booking for here, what you telling me? And we actually pattern it, we arrange how we're moving, we arrange our deposits, we arrange how we're getting there. We actually manage it between ourselves sometimes to the point where it's like, it's so smooth.
It's smooth, yeah.
And I'll never forget the Manchester one.
I knew it.
And they actually asked us for extra dancers, and both of us managed to find extra dancers.
In Manchester.
We even cut into our own finances to make sure we can pay the other dancers, to make sure we were all equal. So all of us got the same pay. And we actually managed to direct the rest of the shoot because it was mad.
Yeah, they wanted us to
they wanted us to stay there and continue to manage it on set. And yeah, fam, and we actually already do that anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
You don't want nothing to change right now, fam.
Yeah,
you just want the scene to take us more seriously.
Now it's good. I know now people are going to be like, let me manage.
Exactly.
I already got a few messages from you lot. It's fine. Because y'all seeing that we're doing well.
Yes.
Keep watching a bit more, innit? Keep watching.
I'm good with my choices, but thank you, people.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Facts officials from the hood, fam. I need someone from the ends, bro. Because you see when my head's a bit hot, I need someone to be able to hold my leap. I'm like, okay, bros, I get it. Yo, I can't have none of these people up. Yo, I need someone that understands me.
That's what I'm trying to say. I need someone that understands me.
Yeah, fam, if I'm gonna talk to you like this, you say, oh, don't be too aggressive. Then, brother, you're not for me, fam. You need to move. Because right now, you're not listening to me. You're just listening to my tone, brother. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Thank you, I love you. And that's it, brother. Do you get it? Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I ever have to have a manager, as I said, if it couldn't be facts, it would have to be someone from the ends.
Yeah.
But someone from the ends that I trust.
I have to give it up to Bubsy though.
Yeah.
Bubsy has a creative house.
Oh my God.
She does manage with certain bookings and it's smooth because, you know, his best friends
You do your thing, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Bubsy.
No,
Dig up your skin.
What,
You don't even know.
But one thing I would say, like, I do say, like, if I was to get a manager, it would be something that was big. But I would say be careful with people that you do bring into something so important. So, like, for instance, like I said, because we love what we do, you have to get someone on that level that understands what we want to do and understands our goals. So with me, in terms of getting management, I'd rather have some, like, for instance, I might have a person that I liaison in terms of like just a contract in terms of a brand, that's fine. But having a manager, because if you hear, there's so much horror stories out there. Like, even with artists, a lot of artists get robbed, like getting 360 deals because a manager didn't read over their contract. But you're just hyped because you're getting a brand deal. So it's all these things that, as much as, like, for instance, because it's more common to have a manager in, like, as a singer or like as an artist compared to a dancer, it doesn't it doesn't take away the amount of work that we put in. So that's why I would be hesitant in doing management in terms of me personally, but it would be amazing, but it would have to be at a certain standard, you know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't just bring on someone and it's like a crazy thing. Can you imagine? It's gonna be like taking everything from you.
Yeah, for real, because there's a lot of them out here. There's a lot of vultures, and there's a lot of people that are greedy and don't want to see you shine, even if you want to see them. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that we all need to work together underneath this umbrella. You see a lot of greedy hands that will get somewhere, bring you up because they know you're gonna help them, and then drop you down. And actually, if you look at an umbrella, fam, if you take away one of the metal pieces, the whole foundation is crumbled. You get me? And the moment you do that is the moment you crumble someone's whole career, but not only theirs, but you taunt your name, bro. So you got to be very careful with who you work with in the scene, but also be very humble and be very kind, because by the time you do that, you will see who you can't work with, and you will see who you can just by energy alone.
I respect that. I want to ask you a quick killer question, innit?
I saw you smirking.
I know, I just had to shake my head like, oh my God.
He had the smirk, he got the juice, I'm scared, fam. I'm shook,
There's
fam.
no correlation.
I watch things, I drop money.
Honestly, I forgot so.
You can't afford for drop money, such rich.
Alright, cool. So each one of you lot, what would be the movie title of your life biographies?
Oh my gosh.
See why I call that a killer question?
The Journey of Miss Rose. Done.
Shaaav with 3 A's.
I love that. I watched that. That's a series, bro. That's a series.
We're going on a break while you gotta come up with real fucking answers.
No.
I'm trying to get somewhere out. What?
You know what it is, fam? From when I turned 30, my body's just been like, let's go.
Yeah.
When I was Shaaav will tell you, in my 20s, I've known Shaaav for years, fam. The whole time we've been dancing from my whole of my 20s, I've been injured.
Yeah. I'll take a massage your leg and that.
We'll be in the car, we'll be in a coach, we'll be in the rave. I'll be injured, broken bones, torn ligaments, bro.
Well.
You get it? Like, and the moment I turn 30,
yeah. Oh
my body's like, yeah.
That's great.
It's
on this side.
No, so basically, Manchester, I tore every soft tissue muscle in my ankle.
Really?
I've got a torn hamstring from literally my hamstring all the way up to my glutes. Okay. I've got a hairline fracture in my knee and excess fluid, that's just on the right. Torn groin on the left, torn groin on the right. I've got my back is verging a slip disc, and I've got a trapped nerve in my shoulder.
What should I ask TK what?
So doing the life?
Huh?
Doing the life?
Day in the life of Miss Rose.
Doing the life.
Doing the life of Miss Rose.
Someone put on their Insta, who has the hardest journey? Rappers, singers. And I was like,
dancers.
Because
people don't know it's our bodies, fam. Do you know the amount of pressure we put on our bodies even just to move? So I'm gonna build it over there.
One
Mine's gonna look shameful compared to his because I've only got crumbs.
Sorry.
That's crazy. And
It's just mad because we don't get seen as athletes.
Yeah.
You see, when I was in school,
and we
let me
get
tell
the
you
least
something.
recognition, but we put the most on the line.
When I was in school,
music,
dance was not there, bro. You think, when I went to say I wanted to have dance classes in school, we was told dance is a hobby. We had one street dance class come in and they told her she could never come back because they don't see how it's a sport. Fam, from primary to secondary school, there was no dance. I only found dancing in college, and that was performing arts, which was only ballet.
Right.
Bro, I'm not doing ballet. I learnt ballet in primary school. I did what I can do. I taught myself on TV. I know the foundations because ballet teachers have told me my posture is good. I don't want to do just ballet. Tell me something. I want more of culture, even if it's hip hop. Even if, bro, give me Lindy Hop. I beg, give me something. Don't just give me.
Bro, like that's just technique.
Bro,
Literally.
Don't question you, but like, do you think that dancing should be inside the Olympics?
I definitely think it should be. I think breaking should be. I think break dancing definitely.
No, but I think that's going to be a thing though.
It needs to be.
That's going to be a thing.
100%.
You know what though? Twerking is actually energy.
I think we should put dance on it then. Just for the dance of females that be doing the match.
I'm just thinking, who is judging? That's the real
question for real.
Save that. When we come back, you should ask who would judge.
And then we'll judge more like who's gonna like. What's
Louis Spence will be one of my top judges out of business. I love Louis Spence. But anything of dance. Because he'll come up there like, oh yes, honey. Yeah. See, I saw him on the Louis. What? When he's like 1 and 2 and then high kick.
Yes, oh my god.
But you know what? I think people understand the power of dance, but they don't understand the power of dance. Like for instance, let's take TikTok for instance.
Oh my god.
If you think about it,
What? Put them on stage for 10 minutes and see if they can say.
You can do a dance and after 30 seconds, the most viral things that go on TikTok is dance, right? And it's such a powerful tool.
You can see the difference between his body language and ours.
See, let everyone show that dance is such a powerful thing. It's a language that everyone.
No matter if you have small
dance in the East.
By the way, you can switch on your mics, you know.
Hey, we are back. We are back.
Yeah, we've been back for like 5 minutes.
Hi guys. So part 2.
Alright, cool. Part 2, yeah, kind of starts off with Shaav's topic question, innit?
What's my topic question?
One that we previously discussed.
About the name of our lives for a movie.
Well, yeah, I thought the finish of that year. Did you guys eventually come
No,
up with that?
these two didn't get one.
I didn't no answers.
Rose
You lot's ones, yeah. We go again.
You lot, please send in your messages to
07888 055 955.
thank you, and let us know if Shaaav and Miss Rose UK's name for our life.
Wait, repeat it.
Goes around, comes right around.
On top, 95.5. Is that
Is that from Felicia?
No, see,
Is that from Felicia?
No, it's their
No, it's the
jingle.
jingle.
What is it?
Yeah, do you love it? Gorgeous.
That was lit. That was lit.
But yeah, what's the name of the movie?
My one's called Love, Dreams, and Money.
Yes, goody.
I still respect it.
Dreams are money. She said moolah.
I don't know, wait, why?
Is it that movie called like Pray, Love, and something?
Yes.
This is like a take on that.
This is
Yeah.
Hi.
my name for my movie. Name for my movie.
Yeah. What we doing? Movie title of your life biography.
My life biography. Bubsy, what was yours?
I
I just clocked this is my whole life. What did she say? Bubsy, repeat that.
I'm not repeating. I think yours should be.
She can't even remember it.
I think yours should be Naomi, because she's so vital.
Your favourite baddie.
Your favourite baddie.
I was thinking even
Your
that
favourite
when the race
baddie.
is
Yeah.
over.
No, your favourite baddie.
Literally.
Yeah, that would be the name of your thing.
And then the subheading is when the wasteland takes over.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
song
it
had is the sensual muse.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
sensual dance.
Yeah, that would be good
I
actually.
like it. I
She
can see that in the book as well.
Yeah.
you know?
People are telling me to write.
You should write a book. I like that. I
Essential.
put that in the book.
What name?
Essential book.
Yeah, essential book could be done.
What would you write a book about?
50 Shades of Grey.
What does that mean? 50 Shades of Grey. That's what I said. I said
That would
sensuality.
actually sell a lot, you know.
Oh my god. Sensuality and like sexuality, but not in that way like people think like. It's like really easy. He's like what? It's like.
I didn't even do that.
What actually does it mean to be sensual
You
as a
faced
woman,
it.
like, especially as a black woman, like the divine feminine? Let's not get into this topic.
She's like, we're not going there. But we don't go.
We'll be here for too long.
Yeah, we will be still.
That's a whole other podcast. Though.
Ain't that your
What was your
podcast,
question
though?
that you was gonna say? Sorry.
That was
The
the
one
question.
that was on your story, yeah?
Oh.
The one that, like, yesterday, and I was like, alright, cool, now we're talking about that. The dating one.
Oh yeah. Did you guys see my story? No, you did. Because remember.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
wow.
yes, but
Yes. No. Okay.
Here's the part where you say it out loud.
Oh, is this what you
Is
want
this-
to
is this
do?
where we're going?
Innit? Oh shit.
Hold on, let me get my
So-
femininity on. Take off the jacket. Yeah.
Switch it up to that.
So I put on my snap or my private story because you know, I said I was having a discussion with my cousin, and I said, okay, if you like a guy, how long would you wait for him to take you out on a date? Like, would you wait a week or two?
Two.
Okay, how long would you wait? If you meet a guy, you like him.
A day.
What?
Yeah.
Bubsy,
I'm in the wrong
listen,
vibe.
listen, what I can say about this woman, yeah, she's looking for a husband.
You meet a guy.
The same day, yeah.
Yeah, you meet a guy. He gives you my number. Yeah, you text
I'm sorry.
and
Anytime I
he,
hear, I'm
Oh,
like,
meet up, or do you mean like message me? What do you mean?
like a
Link
date.
up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if
Wait, hold on. Link up and the date
If
is
we
two
meet, no,
different
yeah,
things.
exactly.
I just like meet each other. innit?
No,
Like,
not link up, like dating. Like you
Yeah.
go
Date?
outside.
he takes me out
Yeah.
to a date.
Yes.
Alright.
If it's on the Wednesday, I expect either the Friday. If you meet on the Wednesday, I
Wait,
expect
when
on the
did you
date-
meet him?
On the Wednesday, we have the date either on the Friday or the Saturday.
Sure.
What if he's busy?
What is it?
Bubsy?
Yeah, because he's just met you.
She
We've
said-
already had
she said-
If you met, make time. They
Just
make
to
time.
be-
Trust
just
me.
time.
Trust me. Because right now, where it's 1 a.m. We could go out to a bar on a Friday. You know what I mean?
I hear it. I love it.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
When guys want you, they want you. They'll make time.
That's true, but I
That
feel
is
like a lot of UK men are very scared to actually spend money and express
Yes.
how they feel about a woman.
Yes.
Now, when we look
Yes.
at Caribbean men or even American men, they like to do that. UK is very, I want you, but nah. I
Yeah.
don't want to, yeah.
What about you guys? What's your response?
No, where'd you go?
In a room.
I don't think anyone wants to hear
No,
that.
we want
wanna
to
hear
hear
it.
it. This is exactly
If you
what
meet
she
on
said.
the Wednesday, what day are you meeting?
I've never like done dates.
What do you
Yeah.
do? Link ups?
You know what it is? You know what it is?
It's the face for me. He was
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't like being outside, innit? You get me?
You're a chilled one.
Yeah, like, you know what it is for me? Like, I don't need to link you on that level, bro.
Right.
But if I can't sit down, chill, and hold a conversation with you, then my guy is not gonna work. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you go anywhere, bro. Do you get me, fam? I've had like the best meetups and chilled out in a car, played music, not done nothing, and just held a vibe for hours.
It's about getting to
You get
know
it, right?
Yes,
Like, I don't
exactly.
care about
Exactly.
money. I work for my things. You get me?
Yeah.
And if I can't afford my things, I don't expect someone else to afford it for me. Do you get me? But I expect time. If you can invest time in me, then my guy, that's all it is. But if you're showing me that you're not investing that time, then it's not gonna run, bro.
Definitely.
Because you know what it is, like I'm a mum, innit? So I'm a mum, I work 7 days a week. I sometimes don't have time. But if you can't pick up that phone and send me one message on a day, or even, I'll give you a couple leeway. Every couple 2 to 3 days, do your thing, because I understand life gets busy, bro. But if you don't come and say, you know, walk on, or, and I link you and it's just, and it's just dead vibes, and it ain't gonna run like that.
Right, so
I don't
how long
really
would
date
you
things.
wait for him to
To
make the
say,
time?
I wanna spend
and
time
say,
with
You know
yeah,
what?
I've got this thing
I'm weird because
free.
I don't even like being in people's space, and I don't like people being in my space. So it takes people about 6 months to even be in my space, bro. Because at that time I can talk to you. Like, like if I see you on the roads, it's not gonna be that. Do you get me? I'm a vibe with you. If I'm out in the same setting, it is what it is. We're gonna have to catch a natural vibe. But I don't like forcing anything.
Yeah.
And I don't like forcing anyone in my space because I'm very protective over my space, just as they should be protective over theirs.
That's true though.
In regards to that, would you say you would talk every day or like you talk every other day?
No, I don't need to chat to no one every day. The only person I need to chat to every day is my son. I don't need to chat to you every day, bro, because I don't need to be in your space. Do you get me? If we're vibing, I'm going to go off the energy. If I feel like something's off, I should be able to be comfortable enough to come and be like, wow, go on, what's good?
Yeah.
Like the last guy I was linking, like if I didn't hear from him for 2 days, but I know he's good, I ain't going to shout at you. But if my energy tells me you're not good, I'm going to message you, yo.
Or when you want to, you know what I'm saying?
And then vice versa, yo. And then I realised that the
100%.
longer it went on was the more we communicated to the point it did become a daily thing. Do you
That's
get
what
me?
I'm saying, because I feel like when it comes to dating generally, like every woman is different. Like some like, and you like to be taken out on a date.
I like to have a date.
I'm not.
But not more than that.
So it's only lately that guys are like, oh, let me actually not that it's only lately that I'm saying okay.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm going on a date, because I said this. I explained this to Brendan the other day. I was like, I feel like when you're going on a date, I'm not going on a date with someone that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
I'm only going on a date with you if we already chilled.
Yes.
Spend time. I
Yes.
actually want to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I can see
Yes.
you.
I feel
Yes.
comfortable
On a
outside of
different
you.
level.
I don't want to be nervous. I want to feel
100%.
I don't want to
comfortable,
go
bro.
out to a date with a random guy. And then we're walking through the street. What the fuck?
Isn't it? Like,
You
how
can't
can
even do that.
It's
No.
true. It's
No.
true. 100%.
What?
You know when you're young, you shouldn't talk to a stranger. I don't know you, sir. You're a stranger,
No, it's true,
yes?
right.
So let me know who you are first before we.
Do you understand? Because
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on.
And
I feel
sometimes
like-
you
I feel
actually
like
miss out on
guys-
good friendships by rushing, bro.
And I feel like it's so surface level, because at a date, I don't feel like, I don't know. It can be very like, okay, so tell me about yourself.
Yeah, it's
Cool. So what's the best like first?
It depends on the woman. That's what I'm trying to say. It depends on the woman. That's why it's important to understand the person you're talking to,
Get
whether
to
you're a
know
woman
them.
or man.
Yeah.
Because then it might be that Rose is gonna meet a guy and he's like, you know what, I want to take you on dates. Like, why you not let me take you out? But she would then explain, yo, I'm not like that, and he would have to work with that. Whereas if someone comes to Bubsy now and she says, then says, you know what, you didn't message me and you didn't take me out. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, you wanted that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because the older I get, the more I see
Yeah.
that you cannot expect something from someone else, especially at the beginning times.
True.
You can't read my mind and I can't read yours, and I actually don't know you yet. So I think communication is important.
Definitely. Big one.
But when it comes to me liking a guy and him taking me on a date, I don't know. As I said, it can't be a random guy. So if I met you Wednesday, don't ask me on a date tomorrow.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I will literally
That's what
shut
I'm
you
saying. So
down.
what's like,
For me, I need to like
what's
you.
what would be like the best or ideal first meetup? Whether it's a date, link up.
When? Like
Huh?
time?
That-
No,
the
what
kind of setting,
kind
setting.
of
As in, like,
what would
is
you
this
like
the
want to
first
do?
person we've, like, the first time
First time you're meeting John, what would you like to do with John?
I wouldn't link up.
I wouldn't want to do nothing with John. I would just have a little conversation with him.
I never said that obviously like anything mad, but like
Let's do something fun.
do?
Let's do something fun where we can eat, maybe have a few drinks, but not just sit there at the dinner table and act like we're a couple.
no, like
I
an
don't know you like
activity.
that.
Yeah, one of the best dates I actually went on, it was ice skating actually.
That's
That's cute.
So like,
I like
I like activities. So I would also say like,
Go to a museum.
yeah, I did that.
I like that.
Museum is a good one. I was just like, when you're talking to someone,
That was nice.
bro,
I said 2022, I'm trying new things.
Yeah.
respect that.
I think it's okay to come at your comfort zone sometimes, because I do feel like with dates, even though it is scary, I'm 100%. Dates are scary, and I think being uncomfortable is just trying. When a guy's planning a date, it's trying to make you as comfortable as possible. It's never gonna be like, oh my god, like this is gonna be, you know, and like, you know, because you're getting to know someone. You're always forever getting to know someone. I've been knowing someone 5 years, and I still be like, oh my god, you do that?
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? It's just also finding things to make it fun.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be conventional about it. Like you said, you can literally go hang out in the park and like have your best snacks and you know what I mean, stuff like that. Make it as less stressful. If you know she's gonna be stressed about what she's gonna wear, you know what I mean, make it like, oh no, let's just go walk. You know what I mean,
how important is money in this stage? Is it like on this first?
You don't need no money for that, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, like right now we're sort of like living in a phase or society where, like, you know, guys are supposed to be like splashing out, doing all these things.
Yeah, but think about it this way: if a guy's focused on splashing out on you, then how is he focusing on getting to know you? He's focusing on what
it's the social pressures right now.
Yeah, but ban that, bro. Because if it's a social pressures, then my guy, she's not for you. Do you get it? Because at the end of the day, if I'm overly stressing about what I need to do for you before I even know who you are, then how are you really gonna know who I am?
Yeah.
Do you get me? I'm never gonna approach you the way how I need to approach you because I'm worried about am I doing the right things for you from the jump. Where realistically speaking, if you place yourself in a comfortable setting, which you should know because you should have had previous conversations before that anyway, nothing too extreme, nothing too low, just something comfortable for you both, then you're naturally going there as your natural selves, and that's when you truly get to see someone for who they are.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But this whole social media pressures, I think that we get so wrapped up into it to where a lot of things don't last. Do you get me? I'd rather have a 5-year friendship than a 6-month relationship.
I hear that.
I would say also, a lot of guys, they say they don't want it, but they seek out women that use them. You know, they seek out the women that with what's say BBLs or the big lifestyles because it makes them feel more than. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then they complain about the pressures of being with that woman.
Right.
But that's the woman that you really want. Like you're the ones liking, commenting, dealing with her. All the people that are showing like the Louis Vuitton, all this, and you know it's not going to be part of your lifestyle, but that's in your head as a trophy. You know, so I would say in that aspect, don't bite off too much that you can chew.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So if you're not saying that you should, everyone should be humble, but if you feel like you might not be in that price bracket or tax bracket, maybe for the while, like I said, there's so many beautiful women out here that are not seeking out money like that. They're ride or dies, and you know you sometimes overlook them because she hasn't got the bags and the thing, or she's not glittering like other girls. Maybe she just needs to be polished. You know, she's a diamond, you know.
Yeah,
so a lot of times I always say,
100%.
you know, sometimes you have to look. You know, it's not an easy thing to find the love of your life. Like, clearly.
Sometimes the best things in life ain't easy and the best things in life ain't free, and sometimes if you get things a bit too easy, you have to pray and why it was so easy in the first place. Not all the time, don't ever get it twisted, because sometimes natural energy just meets. But a lot of the time, especially in this day and age, you have to do your things. But sir, can I ask you a question?
Shit then.
Oh, she dropped it on you
now.
Do you feel pressurized as a man to have to always, you know?
I can see the pressures.
You can see the pressures.
Me personally, now, because
Yeah.
I know who I am, I know I am. If I came across a girl that's trying to give me those pressures, fuck off, I'm not gonna lie.
Big up your damn skin.
But I can see the pressures that guys are getting. But it's literally so big in society right now, bro. A man needs money, right? If you ain't got no money, don't even chat to me, sort of thing. So I kind of feel it for the youngest as well that's coming up. Where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Right, like, you're still in college and you're still
You finding
expecting.
this money.
You get me?
Yeah, that's
don't find that.
So I can see the pressures, but you know, all comes down to the person. I knew you were trying to go for.
So,
Yeah.
in terms of obviously my snap, we answered for the girls like how long we would wait, whatever. How long
I don't put
does it take for the guy to be
To
like,
finally take her out.
if you like her, if you've chilled with her, you've got that vibe.
Yeah, so I've already chilled with her in
yeah,
person.
you've chilled with her.
No, let's take that away.
Oh, okay,
You vibed with her over the phone,
You met-
or,
yeah,
you know, you met her,
You met her,
in the setting,
10 minutes before and took her number.
Yeah,
you might have sent a couple snaps. You know, you might have said, oh yo, you might have sent her a couple of videos that you might have caught her dancing to in the rain. Like, yo, this is this, or I'll show you with your girls, and you just, when you just kind of
get
took the time.
butterflies.
yeah.
I don't know about the butterflies bit, but I don't put time in it.
Okay.
I don't put no
Nah, deadass. Men, y'all need to chill out with all that fear. You don't. It's fine if the butterflies.
Yeah.
Be honest.
It's okay. God damn it.
I don't put no time scales or nothing in it.
So what does that mean?
In a sense,
So
so.
next day you're taking it out.
Huh?
So next day you're taking it
If the
out.
vibe is that good and it happens in
I
it.
respect that.
Or if it happens in like a month's time, it is what it is.
I
What
respect
about you
You know,
and the
like-
cameraman? So
Yeah.
You want cameraman's opinion, yeah?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want cameraman.
I got no mic on that,
It's
though.
fine. We didn't. Or, wait,
Yeah, yo, right this way, yeah.
We're gonna say it.
Yo, it's the cameraman, I'm there. So what was the question again? Sorry.
How long would you wait? So you met a girl. Let's say you met a girl at I don't know, somewhere at some event, some chilled event. He wasn't like raved or anything. He wasn't drunk. But you met her. You had like a good. Wanna be quiet,
You're right.
man? You had a good like 10-minute convo with her. You liked her vibe. Can you not even
You
hear
gotta stop
us?
laughing, man.
I don't know what I call it. But yeah, you had like a good 10-minute convo with her. You liked your vibe. You liked her vibe. You took her number, and then you lot go separate ways. How long are you gonna wait?
Take her out on like a proper date.
Yeah.
Like out to eat, sit down.
Yeah, like you really liked her energy, innit? You
But
want to see her.
I've only seen her that one time I got a number.
Yeah. But you had a 10-minute convo that was really, really good.
It depends, but definitely not next day.
Definitely not.
Definitely not
Definitely
next day. We need time to
not.
marinate, see like.
Marinate.
Also,
Am I lying? Am I lying?
Seasoning.
But yeah, that's cameraman's opinion anyways.
Big up cameraman. Big up cameraman. Exclusive.
Well, I'm
What
not gonna lie
about
though.
jingles on there?
Huh?
Sorry, like.
Yeah, like you haven't given us no effects like this whole time.
Yeah,
Like
it's just a playlist. Like.
it's alright, I've got you, man. Got you, man. Come on.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, not even on a bad man thing. Like there'll be times I've got. Oh shit, I wanna get. Alright, cool, fuck it. Times when I've got like girl snaps, yeah, alright, cool. You know, like the next day when it's just like, you know, like you might watch like their stories or anything.
Yeah.
And she looking nice.
Mm.
Huh?
And you're looking nice. You
Sometimes
look at you like, oh yeah, she's a sweet one.
I hear that, but sometimes it's really the opposite still.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Was you drunk when you took that snap?
Nah,
You're
but
a yay
no, but
glass.
deep it though. There's been times, yeah, alright, cool. When you link, like when you see someone inside the club,
You was
you know.
drunk.
No, it's not even drunk.
No, it's
It's
not
they-
drunk, but like deep it, we're in the dark.
The effort.
You're in the
Yeah.
like, you're in the dark. So
it
there've
that
been
mad
bare
with girls?
times. Huh?
Is it that mad of yours?
Oh, you said the dark.
One deep it. So,
I didn't see that
it makes a
back
difference. It makes a difference. It makes a big difference. I'm not gonna cap.
So wait, do you actually? So did you approach her because you saw the something jiggling?
No, you look good, innit? I see you.
You
What,
make
look
it
good.
About her face.
Face, your body looks good. Obviously, I approach, innit?
Yeah, so what are you seeing in the morning? That's really
That's what I'm trying to say.
There you go. Now I'm seeing you under different settings now, where it's just
She's
like.
not banging like that.
Just
There's different
normal
lighting.
life.
It's just like you just look at the
Lighting.
no, like you just look different, innit?
Natural lighting.
Nah, I never had that still.
Cause man, don't forget, the way how I woke up is the way how I look now.
Okay, but that's what I'm
Sort
trying to
of
say.
thing.
That
You
girl
don't look
was
different from
So you're
morning
basically
to
saying the wig is off, the
makeup,
eyelashes off, the makeup
okay.
is
She's
gone.
And
on her way
also-
to work and
Yeah,
actually
so,
staying.
Me can't by the way.
Obviously, I still like natural, but obviously, at the end of the day, if you're attractive, you're attractive. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah, but
And
imagine you saw her in a natural lighting and she looked like that because she was, you know, she might have been going to work meeting or something and she looked really nice and then you see her on Snap when she's home and she looked just like she looked, you know, just natural.
I don't mind a natural look. I'm not against
Yeah, but I'm
that.
saying like, if she looked the same in daylight as she looked in a rave where she looked nice and then you saw her at home in a natural setting, what would your reaction be?
That's
Because you've
you.
seen her face. So then what's the difference with the rave?
Huh?
What's the difference with the rave?
I'm talking about you look better when I saw you inside a
I
rave,
get it.
and then like, wow, like next day when I'm seeing you.
Okay, but next year after rain, maybe she was fucking drunk.
It's not worse because she's thrust on.
This is what I'm
You know, half the eye and them cooking like this.
No, it's not.
The wig is half off on the earlobe.
No, but then who's gonna snap that though? Who's gonna snap that?
I do. Bro, do you see when I come home from a rave and I'm mashed up, I'm snapping and I'm dancing,
Huh?
bro.
She's snapping for you. That's what men need to
Exactly,
understand.
there
You
you
don't
go.
snap for you.
So then that's a whole different
That's not blood class. Why can't we be
Exactly. Alright, cool. Then that's a whole other aspect now. Cool.
Yeah, but-
Deep it. No, wait, hear me out, yeah. Alright, cool. So I met you inside a club. You seem like a vibe, innit? Cool. I've gone home, whatever, or the next day. I've watched your snaps. Now I'm kind of getting to see the real you in a way. Yeah.
We're talking
Because
about the looks.
no,
Not the vibe, the energy,
vibe,
your
your personality now,
that I
innit?
respect.
Because at the end of the day, you know, like, probably before the rave or whatever's on your story, it's you just being you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're seeing the person from a different angle now. That's what I'm kind of talking about. So that could be like
I feel like you put a lot of meaning on social media then though.
no, not necessarily.
You know what it is?
You said that's the real her. Like, I would only say that's the her that she.
No, obviously no, that's not the real you, but it's still an aspect.
You know what happens? It's a small aspect though. I feel like that's what people forget because there's even a conversation I had with a friend where she was like, "Oh, you look good. Like you look like you're happy. I'm glad to see that on your story." I'm like, I'm really going through some shit right now. You think because you see me post on social media that I'm doing well, you're not a good friend? And she actually apologized because she had to check herself. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I feel like social media, depending on what she does, innit? But if I post, I'm posting because I'm keeping my engagement, or I'm posting business, or I'm working on getting new bookings. So it's not always like, especially with women, I feel like you can't take that too serious. She might look cool, she might look whatever, and then you still have to like meet her properly.
You need to remember social media is what she wants to portray.
That's what I'm saying. It's what you want to see. What you want people to see.
Besides that, okay, basically, like 3 weeks ago, a guy asked me out, and he said, what's your number? I said, give him my number. But he said, oh, what's your social media? I said, I didn't give him my social media.
Wait, whoa.
Until we got on our first date.
Different to many girls still. Like, you're like the opposites.
Yeah, I told him, like, until we got on our first date, I don't give you my social media. And he was like, what? I said, I don't want you to have a presumption of me of my social media before we actually have a date.
That's true.
And he was like, oh yeah, but he was so on at me like, oh, this is weird, like, are you a weirdo? Because if you think, no, I'm on social media all the time. But I know for a fact that certain guys, they're pre in the thing, they go on Snapchat, they have some presumption up to, oh, you did this,
for the wrong reason.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I just want to get to know you for who you are. And the way his mind was exploding, like, what?
I actually
I can understand that.
I love that.
Do you get what I'm saying? But it was really weird for him. It was like, that's weird. Like,
Even for me, I'm still shocked because
I usually do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, because I was like, oh, like I'm lit in real life. Like, you know what I mean? I want you to actually really care about me in terms of things, and then I can give you my social media. I'm not that I'm hiding it from you, but I know that the way people can see, like you said, perception is such a crazy thing. Like you can look at someone and think you know them from social media. You can go on Snap, she's talking, but after she comes off, she could be crying her eyes out. Do you get what I'm saying? So
or before that,
you know,
during.
Cutting the clip just to make it look
and there's some guys that are doing gang, and they're the loveliest people in the world. They're like the
What?
But you know what I mean? It's all perception of just media. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I absolutely love that.
Honestly, like, you know, I'm not saying that you are wrong in that aspect of like being like, oh, this girl. But you, like, you know, social media is all illusion.
Well, that's basically what you mean, because that was basically his reaction.
That was beautiful.
You know what I mean? That can happen. And the thing is, somebody could do that to you or do that to me. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, that happens a lot.
We all make assumptions, innit? We've all made assumptions.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, like times when we went out DJing, it's different to when like you just touch on a natural day to day. DJs, you know, when at bookings, they come across as lively, this, that, and another. Most times now, we're actually quiet. A lot of us are quiet people, you know.
You lot DJs killing me, bro. You lot are completely different after the party. On a different day, some of them literally just be quiet. I'm like,
it's true.
So quiet.
A lot of the biggest DJs are really quiet.
Bro, I'm like, bro.
I'm not lying.
But people do that with me as well. They're like I had a shoot sometime, and the person was like, "Wow, you're bare like calm." Like, I was like, "What do you expect me to do? Dance? Like come here and dance and work?" He's like, "Yeah, like shake your ass or so." I was like, "He didn't say
you're alright." Yeah, my name's exactly.
But he said it on like your energy. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Listen, yeah." Do you really think 24/7 I'm gonna be that can't run, bro? I'm still a human being. We have both sides of it.
For real.
So I get it with the DJs. You guys supposed to be going through that as well, innit?
Yeah.
The girls are like, how you so quiet?
But I think it's true. Like it's just like when you got a mic in your hand, or like when you're entertaining, it's different.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Do you feel like you get a lot of people thinking you are the way you entertain?
100%.
And how do you balance that? How do you balance that?
That's all. It's just like you're gonna get to know me, and if you wanna get to know me, you're gonna like. It's gonna take time, but the onstage presence, like, I could talk. Like, if you give me a mic, oh shit, cool. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, you know what? I have to say it, guys. Why? Red. Why you doing, John Craw?
Well, I can't just spit up.
I put yourself in there. You said it in the set twice. guys.
In my head, I was like, why?
Continue.
I forgot what my point
Fire
was.
for one.
I forgot what my point was.
You were saying that, you know, when you have the fire phone in your hand, that people are gonna assume certain things, but
Yes.
you're just gonna give the person the time to understand of who you are, because you're not that person that holds the fire phone all the time. I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
But cool. What I was gonna say is, alright, cool. When at a booking to being a DJ, you could talk on mic for time. You could just talk non-stop. You get me? Well, if you catch me in person, bro, I don't always want to talk. You get me?
That's true.
You don't always want to talk.
Yeah, for
And what I also don't like as well, yeah, is like, alright, cool, yes, like people do want to chat to you.
Yeah.
But I hate when, has anyone ever like popped up to you with like a dry conversation? You get me?
We're
Oh,
women.
What in person, right?
We are women. You know what a dry hi,
Yeah.
text,
Come on,
or
just
even a
like
dry hello, like.
Exactly.
Someone said to me the other
It's
day,
going, yo.
oh my god.
I think that's
It's just,
Wait.
Not even 2 O's, just the one.
Just a one, fam. Just a one. Yes, I was gonna ask a question.
Oh, God.
Sorry, so if you guys could give, sorry, I'll put into it. Sorry. If you guys could give any dancer, female or male, any advice on how to deal with tour life, what would it be? Because I feel like everyone's had their own different experiences, whether it's this tour or tours before this.
Okay. Oh, that's a good question actually.
To make sure you eat and drink.
100%.
Right.
Water.
Make sure you look after your body before you do anything.
Yeah.
That is the number one.
I would say really relish in the moment.
Oh,
So before you go on stage and after you go on stage, thank yourself, appreciate yourself, understand there's a reason why you're there, understand there's more to come, and understand that no, but I mean, no, honestly, I think before you go on stage, really take it in. And then also, but I think because when you're on stage, it goes so quickly. So I always say before you go on stage, really, after you come on stage, really take it in. And I would say that moment where before you go on, and this might sound weird, but proclaim something that you want to happen next. Because I feel like when you're on stage, there's some magic that happens. What magic, some manifestation, or whatever you want to believe in that happens that will
Because your energy is just different.
will make you push you into a new environment.
Talk sister, Bubsy, talking sister.
So how do you not feel about being sexualized?
Hold on, let's finish this
Oh,
quick.
From something good to something bad. Like,
How do you not feel about being
So I had to bounce off what you just said, innit?
cool. You kind of took that moment. Yeah.
You had a beautiful moment.
You were like, yes, sister. No, we went from church to moderator.
I was gonna say stay focused, but stay in the moment, like stay in the present moment, because as Bubsy said, it goes so quick, and you then think about what's gonna happen after. You think about how you got there. So just be present in the moment before your mind just strays away, and stay focused, because obviously, especially as a dancer, you don't want to get injured, or do you know what I'm saying? You don't want to faint. You don't want to cause any issues that you don't need to be causing for yourself, and you want to enjoy and also give a good performance at the same time. So that's what I'm saying, stay focused and stay present as well, because with you being aware and present, you will also know, okay, cool, I need to drink water.
Definitely.
I need to take a break. I need to have a breathing space here right now, or I need to go off, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, make sure you put yourself first and just enjoy and be grateful. I feel like this time I was really, really grateful.
100%.
Like more than usual, do you know what I'm saying? And that made it so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That made it so beautiful. So yeah, man.
Facts.
What do you think?
For me, I would say hold the meds. Hold the meds as to why you're there, and hold the meds as to what you're about to do. Because as a dancer, you're actually magic in itself. You're doing something with your body that people can't hear. People are just visually seeing it, or if people can't even visually see it, their grips and their energy of how they feel. So hold the meds with yourself, balance yourself and be able to be grateful for what you're about to do, but also be grateful for the energy you're about to receive. Because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it's for you, man, but when you receive so much energy and it's intense, even if it's good energy, it's so heavy that when you come back, you feel so tired because their energy has been so overwhelming, and sometimes we don't prepare ourselves for that. And then when we go home, it could be like,
it's like a high in it and then the down.
And that's how I felt. That's
you know what I'm saying? Because you're so madly high on life. You know what I'm saying? And you come down, you're like, oh.
And also feel the music, yo.
Yes,
feel the music, because sometimes things go wrong on stage. Listen, things don't happen the way it should. So sometimes just feel the music and feel the vibe of what you're doing, because you're made to dance. You don't need to think about it. Your body just do. Do you get it?
Exactly.
So that's mine. Now onto your question.
Now onto your question.
No, because obviously the reason why I asked it is because obviously like you lot are dancers, but you lot be shaking, you know, things here and there, innit?
Yeah.
So you are kind of sexualized. You get me?
Definitely.
And whereas like that means I really just I did basically. Oh, what's the phrase?
It's because you said basically, so we're like what?
No, basically, cool. You lot are just seen as, it can be seen as objects. While you lot are just shaking back. But how do you lot deal with that?
Oh boy.
One thing, just to start this topic off, I feel like black women, black girls are the first to be sexualized anyway, and then black boys. So I feel like we deal with it our whole lives intensely. No matter where in the world you get raised, but I think it's deeper in a westernized society, innit? Because we're not back home, we're not where our roots are. If we wear shorts or if we wear something revealing, it's already seen as something weird. But if it was in the Caribbean, if we go to the beach every second day or every weekend, no one would act like that, do you know what I'm saying? But in Europe or the westernized society, it's very like, you just deal with it, innit? Like, it's hard. But at some point, I try to like see not the positives, but see why I feel so good in my body and why I can actually dance like that. And also sometimes, do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I forget that I'm being sexualized, because it's like when I post something, I don't look at it in a sexual way, and I wasn't feeling sexual in the moment either. So I think the more you stay grounded within that space, the less you're going to care about what people do with your content, and that's generally as a creative and as an artist, because people are always going to say something about what you do as a creative. So I feel like as a dancer, we have a very hard shell, because it's we have to have that, do you know what I'm saying? And as we said, like, that's a different language that we speak. So if me whining actually means that you're sexually turned on or you're seeing something sexually, that's your energy. Your frequency is not right, because the sexual energy, like, if we go into energy, sexual energy is so powerful, but it's not actually, you're meant to create something with sexual energy.
It's not just
and we dancers
focus on the drive.
Exactly, it's not just actually the sexual physical act or making a child. Like, we can actually create anything with our sexual energy, especially as women with the divine feminine. So I just see it that way. And when someone sees me sexually, I just know you're not on the right frequency level. You're not on my level, because what I'm doing, I'm not shooting a porn. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to worry about yourself, and I will just worry about the people that accept my art and appreciate my art. I feel like that's where I am now with that whole topic, because I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I don't have time for that.
That's so true. I think because we've been dancing for so long, I think it's also understanding your identity in dance, which is a big thing. I think I always say to people that you have your own journey. So for instance, when I was doing ballet when I was younger, I think when I was 10, I started growing my boobs. Before then, I was flat chested. So it was when I went to ballet class, and I remember I had to pull up, and then I had to get extra large later. From then, I knew, I didn't fit in. I wasn't in a certain standard of how. And also there's you've got to remember with dance, there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy. So ballet is at the top, contemporary. Then it goes down to jazz. Then it goes to dance. Then it goes to hip hop. So there's categories to all this stuff. So ballet is not as sexualized, but yet they're wearing leotards. They're wearing tutus.
Exactly.
It looks different on their bodies.
It looks different on their body. So it also understands that. That's why I said skin. Yes, 100%. So I always say to myself, you know who you are. You know what you're trying to portray. And I always say to dancers. And it's understanding, the art that we create is, we can't, it's all subjective. You can watch something and be like, oh, this is so sexy. Whereas I can watch her, like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry, like she's pouring her heart out.
Right.
So I always have to say to myself that, and it's also, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's also a daily thing. Like some days I feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? Next time I'm like the baddest bitch. So I would never come to you and be like, oh my God, I'm confident all the time, because I'm not. I'm not gonna be like to you, you know. But it's as humans, we're always growing. But I always can say I'm confident in what I put out on that time, you know. So for me, it's always it's ongoing battle. But I would say there's so much history, there's so much pressures. But it's always, you know, it's that self-love, like you're saying, and all that, your work that you're putting into it that makes you, you know, not have to think about what other people think about you, because at the end of the day, you're not paying my bills. You ain't have any impact in my life. You didn't help. You didn't know me when I was 2. You're not gonna know me when I'm 50. So all your comments are not helping. I mean, they're helping me in my engagement. So thank you. So I mean, whatever you do with it is fine. But I definitely think, especially as women, don't take what people are criticizing you for as Bible. Don't take it as something that you have to dim down your light. You know, look up to people that you feel like empower you. And
I want to add something before Shaaav goes. And for us, it's culture. It's a cultural thing with black women. So even to all the black people that are dissing us for the way we dance, you lot need to make some serious cleansing and learn about history, because we've been dancing like this. So please, if you're black and a black man, a black woman, do not ever talk down on a woman that's winding her waist. That is terrible.
Educate me on the other guys. Like, what kind of discrimination have you guys been getting?
They haven't even finished.
Sorry.
You keep doing this. No, you know what? I like it because as you're talking, he's thinking.
True. For me, I feel like, obviously, I never used to whine before. I was such a tomboy. Like, people used to think I would grow up and be a lesbian. Like, people really, when I started like dressing a certain way and stuff, everyone was like, bro, like, do you know what I mean? And I think since then, it was hard doing dancehall and then wearing certain things, because guys started thinking that I would free it up to everyone, or do you get what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, that's not me, like, that will never be me. And just because I dance like this doesn't mean you have a chance to, exactly, do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like, again, with what Bubsy said, as long as you know who you are and how you are, or do you know what I mean? Like, that's the main thing for me, and that's what I've learned so much in dance. There's been times as well where I would, like, if you go on my Instagram, you'd see me like whining, and I'll be in tracksuits, and then someone would be like, oh, like, why wouldn't you wear shorts, or you'd look better in shorts, or do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm comfortable in my tracksuit whining. You can still see my waistline, like.
What the hell?
Exactly. I've had it so much, and
people always have something to say.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my thing on it.
I'm very similar to you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but I just see it as you're an individual in this world, innit? Do you get it? You're not meant to be like anyone else. If you were supposed to be like someone else, you would be that person. Do you get me? So at the end of the day, walk your own paths. As the literally, I swear that's the holy grail. Do you get me? Walk your own paths. Because for me, I know I've been a tomboy my whole life. Like, if I had a preference to go out, this is what you would see me dressed in. I swear on my life. No matter what rave, event, or stage, if I can go out like this, I'm the happiest woman on earth. Do you get me? It's because what I'm comfortable in. But also, people don't understand that we wear things sometimes because we don't want you to focus on certain areas.
Yes.
Because if I'm wearing batty riders and a crop top, but I'm busting guns, you're not focusing on my guns.
Exactly,
you get me? Realistically speaking, if they were real, fam, you're gonna get hit, fam, because the trigger finger is very. Do you get me? So it's like you gotta actually pre the right thing. So sometimes I'm like, you know what? Like, if I'm actually in a hood vibe today, I'm going out in a trackie because that's the vibe. And if I'm feeling very feminine today, I might go out in a shorts or a unitard. And if I'm just unbalanced, then you might just see me in a t-shirt. And it's just how I am, and it's how we all should be. Like, I don't think there should be any standards unless you go to an event where they have that dress code, which is obviously a different setting, because that's what the people need you to abide by. But if there's no rules in a thing, then boy, you can't tell me how to dress. You can't tell me how to look, and you can't sexualize me and whatever it is. As I said, I don't really get the sexualization. I get the opposite. I get a lot of negative. So when I'm dressed as female, I hear more negative than I do when I'm dressed as I'm very comfy. Do you get it? And I'm like, it doesn't stop me though, because I'm like, at the end of the day, boy, if I actually want to fling bumper, I can't really fling it in these tracksuit bottoms, and I'm not going to really feel what I need to feel when I'm bouncing. So you know what, I might need to back these up a bit and put on the cycling shorts and jiggle my bones. Legit the bone. Do you get me? And I'm going to watch the bone. I don't business, fam, because the bone will jiggle and wiggle.
It actually
Jiggles,
Yeah,
fam.
jiggles.
So
Check the IG.
But yeah, fam, like just be yourself and don't ever listen to anyone. If anyone's there to dim your light, then they shouldn't be in your path in the first place. Simple.
100%.
Next question.
Yeah, what was your question, Carl? Sorry.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, so like, how do you not deal with like the negativity and like the hatred?
What? It's okay.
In what sense? I swear your question was how have we been sexualized?
Was that not the question?
That was a question that we
Yeah, that's a question I just
That was,
answered.
yeah.
No.
So how
I
do we
feel
deal
like
with
we
negativity?
No,
We
it was
answered
something-
the
it
question
was
you
dance-
just
it was
said.
some- I can't remember. I saw something about discrimination.
No, you literally said how have we actually been sexualized, like as an example. That's what you kind of said.
Then we'll go with that then.
I feel like that's what he said. That's what we were all like, wait.
He's getting tired now, but he's seriously.
No, it's just one of those ones where it's like after like 5 minutes ago, innit? So.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get
that
it.
sounds way down.
Sorry, the
Let's
eye
go
roll
back
was a
to the
bit
table.
You
much.
have 4 guests. This is
I know.
we like,
He's like, Shav, next time, one each.
No, not even. This ain't even the most. No, when I had the man one, that was more.
man, them no.
Oh yeah, we're calm. He's chilled. We're nice.
Yeah, cool. We're good.
Was there more juice in here when you had the man in there too?
Proper code.
That's probably where the coke came from.
Oh,
They're taking the piss. They're taking the piss.
Ew.
No.
that's definitely where the coke came from.
No, definitely not.
Man, thank you for saving us the coke, yeah.
That was what? That was when I had T&J on the show, DJ Speech on the show,
Oh man,
Stans on the show.
that would have been entertaining.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. Go
That's
check
it. I'm
that
gonna
out.
watch that when I go home.
Go ahead.
100. It's half term. I have time.
You see?
Wait, do you get more time like now that it's half term?
No, okay, cool. So, because of my job, we kind of work with term times. However, we don't get as much as school, so I get a week off from my normal job. However, dance life doesn't stop. So literally from the moment I leave the studio, I'm back on my phone sorting out business. But I get to do it from my bed. So I can watch YouTube while sorting out business at the same time. And then if I've got my son, then obviously my phone goes away. If it's mine and my son's time, we do what we've got to do, put my son to bed, and it's back to work or back to training.
Oh, let's play that. What's it like dating while being a mum? If you don't mind me asking.
You know what?
What's your type?
Trouble!
Trouble and that.
What's your type?
My type.
Yeah.
My type.
God.
Hold on, wait.
That was my question.
You know what?
We're going
We
there.
can't go there because
Yeah,
my type
baby.
ain't, my type, you guys are gonna cuss me for my type.
So what's your type?
No,
Alright, cool, so
we agree.
I like, no, but yeah, we do, but there's just one thing that nobody gets with me.
Okay, let's hear this.
I really like a chipped tooth.
Okay.
I tipped it.
Why?
No, it's actually no
Why
exaggeration. Like,
Shav will tell you, bro, that it can't be a full
That's
set.
specific.
Yeah, like, you know what? It's not a perfect. That's just I like in it. Like, you know what it is? I like imperfections. I like
agree on that.
imperfections. And
Tipped tooth.
you know what it is? Because
Imperfections.
yeah, you know when someone's got a beautiful smile, but they're very self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but it's actually pain. Like,
I
smile
think
with
it's
your
the energy.
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
That confidence.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
I think it's the
Comes from that,
confidence that comes from it. Yeah, but you know
Yeah,
that I just
yeah,
like someone
I
that's
hear
real.
it.
If you can be honest with me and be your true self, then I'm there. I don't do looks. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. My son's that Sri Lankan. My ex was Nigerian. Like, the last I linked was a Jamaican. Like, the guy I'm in things with is a Jamaican. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, it's not no. It's just I need to feel your vibe, bro.
yeah,
However,
100%.
every time I get bun.
Oh gosh.
But if you stop the ramping.
Every time I get bun, yes, I'm tired, I you know. So no, I don't even date like that.
Stop the ramping.
Yeah.
Stop the
I'm in a
ramping.
date. No, I don't date no more. You see me, it's just me, one and my music and my son and my dance, yo. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Shav will tell you because the bun I've received is mad. It's not the last situation I was in. It weren't really bun, but it's just a situation. It's kind of heavy.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
It's still balancing out. Do you get me? But the bun that I've had, like, it's been so heavy to where it got me into a mental state, and even my dancing wasn't the best of ability. That was every link, and I don't link many people. I'm very spiritual. I can't give myself to everyone. You get it? So like the ones I invest in and they do them things with me, it's just I've had to push it.
It's so annoying to even just see, like, you can feel again the energy shift in you. It's not nice.
So the moment I cut that off, and the moment I focused on me. Literally, it's been this year, and obviously the guy I was seeing was very kind of like he was pushing me a lot, but life, do you get me? And I got to respect it. But it's like from now onwards, I have to focus on me, and my happiness is my dance. Definitely. My happiness is my music and my son. Do you get me? So right now, I ain't got time to. Nah, man. I don't want no. Even though it's Easter, I mean, I want one this Easter. I mean, I'll get tell her like, I want no bun on cheese. I want a bun on cheese this Easter. No, thank you, please. No. Please. Yeah, man, it's life, bro. But at the end of the day, I love going through these experiences because I don't go through them with my son. My son don't see nobody. Do you get me? Fact.
Yeah, that's good.
But I like to go through these experiences because I can see certain traits in my son. I can give my son certain advice, and it might not always be positive, but I can also see my son's going left. And you see when you're going left, brother, you best go right real quick because we ain't doing that. And it shows me that actually some of these men that give me bun are actual kings. They're real kings, but they've just received so much bun in their time that they can't.
You know?
And I realize that men hurt mad, bro. And I realize that there's not really an outlet. Do you get it? Like a lot of the men I've linked, like it's never really got anywhere because they've got so comfortable to open up to me. Do you get it? And I've actually sat there and I've respected the fact that you need someone that you feel comfortable to talk to. And when I hear certain things that they go through, and I'm like, people don't actually give them the time of day to even talk to you about their experiences, let alone feel comfortable about being vulnerable about certain experiences, that you realise that certain times when they hurt you actually isn't even intentional. Some of them are because some of them have attributes and some of them have certain traits, but a lot of them, they don't even intentionally do it. It's at someone they either don't know any better, or they don't know how to express, or they don't trust to express, because every time they've expressed, someone's always throwing it back in their face. Do you get it? So even the ones that give me bun, like I still talk to some of them when they go through madness, and even now I'll check up on them, yo, you good? That might be the conversation. If they're not good, they'll come chat to me, and it might be about girls, it might be about their baby mom, it might be whatever it is. But I realise that sometimes to really find a good man, you might have to go through a mad situation to be able to bring it to his attention and help him. Don't punish him for it, help him. And in return for that, you know, sometimes you actually get the good energy back, and it might be an apology, or it might even be just the way that they talk to you. Do you get what I'm saying? You see the change of energy, and sometimes I don't want to be in nothing with you, but I like the energy that we have right now because I now know you're comfortable to talk to someone about anything, and now I know you're not going to do madness on the roads. And some of them, a couple of them are married. Do you get me? And they've come off the roads and they've done their thing, and I tell them all the time, I'm proud of you, my general. Big up your damn skin. I'm proud of you because you just needed to get something off your chest before you can really focus on commitment. You get me? So I'm just that girl, man. I'd rather a vibe than anything else. I don't want relationships or nothing like that. I don't want titles. I don't want linkages. Just if you want to hold a vibe with me, hold a vibe with me, and that's it, man. Just understand I dance 7 days a week and I work 7 days a week. So if you can find a 20 minutes in between, and find your 20 minutes.
He said after 20 minutes.
Okay. Sorry, meds.
No, that was some real talk right now. I didn't even know how to pick up after that.
Sorry.
Sorry,
that was the meds. Shav knows I get into a state where I just go in meds.
No,
and I can't control it, but I have to
Yeah.
apologise. Sorry.
I remember that still. That was some real shit.
Yeah. Big up the man, them and the woman, same way. Big up the man, them and the woman, the culture, because we go through a lot. We get so much negative energy, even just being in this country. Do you get me? And I feel like we need to
the
pick up
country
each
is
other.
negative. Sorry, I feel like the country is just negative.
help that.
No, we don't.
We need to start supporting each other and actually telling people that we appreciate them more.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like when you see a bedroom, say, yo, I appreciate what you're doing, my guy.
Literally.
Big up what you're doing. When you see even people that you're negative with, sometimes you see them do something good. But like, you know what, big up yourself for what you just done.
100%.
And we have to start bringing this
100%.
positive energy into our black people, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that drag we down first.
Exactly.
Everyone else is watching we drag we down. Do you understand? And praying for we to get dragged down. And they're also giving us that negative energy to drag us down, so we wanting to stop that. You get me? We keep complaining about generational curses, but we're not helping. So what we must do, the first thing, the easiest thing, don't cost no money. It don't do nothing. Be nice. Sometimes if you see someone fresh, scratch, oh brother, I like your shoes, you know. Big up your skin, have a good day. something so small. And I know not everyone's approachable, but sometimes the
It can
ones
change
that
someone's life, you know?
Bro,
Yeah.
Those are the things that will keep people alive.
uplift people to the
Little things.
world you don't even know, and then you don't even know that time you can say something nice to one brother, you could be in madness, that same brother's coming from like, yo, he's cool. Do you get me? You just never know, and I know that's not how the circle works, bro, and I know how mad the ends gets for man and women, but I don't feel like we're positive enough to each other to even be able to speak on the negativity that we
Definitely.
do. Meds again, and now I'm done. Sorry.
Nothing, no one's stopping me.
Lighter.
Sorry, guys.
I love that.
Hey.
Nah, so true.
So, you don't know. No,
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Drop the
no,
mic, like.
literally, I don't even know how to pick up from there.
That's
Switch. New topic.
No, but like, it's the knowledge, innit? Yeah, I mean, like, that's like topics and bars that we don't, like, people don't really discuss, and a lot of people like run away from.
Yeah, fam, you have to have uncomfortable conversations, and I've been one that has had an uncomfortable life my whole life. Do you get me? And I sit there and I see everything around me, and I've had negativity for 30 years of my life. And I sit there and I'm like, raw, if I'm negative back, what is that going to do for me? Nothing. It's just, I'm going to be bitter, I'm going to be sour, I'm going to be horrible, I'm going to be nasty. So what am I gaining from the world? I'm gaining the wrong energy. So you know what? Find everything else, bro. I need to be happy. And in order to be happy, I need to be positive. Doesn't mean that everything in the world is the best. It's just I'm understanding that even on the rainiest of days, it's needed to make the best of flowers grow. Do you get me? So sometimes when the world is so dark, I need to appreciate the darkness because I can see the light, bro. The yin yang is my favourite thing, fam. Do you get me? Bro, I got a tattoo on my back, bro, because it's in every lightness, there's still an inch of darkness, and every darkness is an inch of lightness. But you need both to balance. And I realized that this world, you have to be balanced, and you have to be appreciative, and you have to express it to others.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And you might not get the opportunity to do it on a day-to-day basis. Yo, I've lost so many people that I sit down and I wish I could have said I miss them. Do you get it? But I sit down and, you know what, if I can't say it to them in physical, I say it to them in spirit, but those I can, I will. And at least those, if I can uplift, because I was never uplifted, I'm going to uplift. Because you see, if I uplift these guys the same way they uplift me, my kids will uplift theirs when they have theirs, and vice versa. Do you get it? It's a village. It's a village. It's a home. Our culture is our home, and we have to respect it, and we have to nurture it and grow it, and we also have to teach about our home. We can never forget where we come from, and I think that's the reason why I sit down and I have these meds often. Even with Shaaav, bro, we sit down for 3 hours on the phone just having the meds. Do you get it? But you have to be appreciative of our own here, especially in the UK, because we're all we have. We come from Windrush and other things. We got left in the ditches. We got left to build them. We got left to build off nothing. We had nothing. Do you get me? But yet still we make a community with the best of music, with dancers, cameraman, DJs, radio stations. Do you get me? We're doing positive movements that people wouldn't even think we could do. No blacks, no dogs, no Irish. But yet still we're sitting here achieving. Do you get me? So instead of knocking each other back, we need to uplift each other even on the smallest upliftments. We have no choice but to. And I feel like even if it starts with me, and I push it to you, and if you push it to someone else, at least then there's a train of good energy going around to where at least the negative people can still be uplifted. Do you get me? And I feel like that's what we need to look at the world as. Because the world is great. London is great, including all the nonsense, bro. I love coming from the hood. No one can tell me nothing, bro.
100%.
Not fam, come on, my guy. I love coming from the hood, bro, because it taught me bare, bro. But we have to be appreciative of what we have, and what we have is us. We made it what it is. We made the culture here, bro. Brixton isn't what it is without us. Peckham isn't what it is without us. East ain't what it is without us, bro. And London ain't what it is without us. Do you get me? And the moment we start realising that is the moment that the world will realise that, bro. And the moment that the world will realise we cannot be taken for advantage anymore. Do you get me? But it's in process. And it's in process because we're all here now. Do you get me? And this is energies that we've never shared rooms with together. So this is a step in the right direction. So we just got to make sure we continue that step in the right direction, not with everyone else. And now I actually am done. Sorry, on Top FM. I've learned so much, guys. But thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for listening, guys. But yeah, guys, tune into Naomi's podcast. Yeah, make sure you tune into my girl's podcast, and make sure. When is the next episode, girl?
Okay, yeah. Next episode next month.
Soon coming, and big up on Top FM today for allowing us to come and talk the real teams. Yeah, bring up time, right there, so yeah. big man in the game. You see in 2 years, fam, we're gonna watch this over, fam. And man's gonna be sitting in his entrepreneur chair, fam. You're gonna remember this one right here. You're gonna remember this interview. Because this one's gonna be big, fam. Good energy. Always wins. Clean hearts always wins. Big up your damn skin, my general.
It's just a different level of G.
Imagine. Very nice, man. Big up your skin. You're 20 do your thing.
I appreciate that. I don't even know how to carry on.
I think I'll top that some type of music.
Would you ladies like to let the people know where they can find you?
No, look, one please. We're talking about.
To the light.
Okay, we're doing the line.
The giant hole.
Naomi, easiest way to find me is on Instagram _NAOMIMT. Naomi MT.
Yes. The easiest way to find me is on Instagram as well. It is at BOCIENICHE. That's Bashirish. Okay, you guys.
Sorry. I put my hand on the mic.
Sorry.
It was like,
Oh my god. Yeah, the easiest way to find me is on Instagram as well. Sorry. Shaaav with 3 A's. Like SHAAAAV. That's pretty. Yeah. _official. Shaaav with 3 A's. Do not forget.
And if you follow one, you'll follow the other.
Yeah, you will see. We're all tagged in each other. So if you go on mine, you're gonna see Naomi, you're gonna see Bubsy, you're gonna see. Do you get it? So don't worry, we got you.
easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Miss Rose UK on all socials. MISS. Yeah, right, that's it.
So obviously, thank you ladies for jumping on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
What a hell of a mad show, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mad.
But I feel like it's the only one that I kind of end it on this song.
Chat to me.
Woo! Oh, that's so lovely. I love it.
Bomba clock, sir.
Sir.
Shut. What are we to end the show, guys?
So much. Shut up.
Sir, run back.
Until I see your rise.
Woo! Still I have to try. Yeah.
Watch me dip. Yes. Yeah, right, sorry. I said your heart's in the car, nice woman here. You good?
Oh, calm.
Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you for the show today.
Bye guys.
Cool.
Wrap, catch us on the next episode. Oh, and again, it's a wrap. And again, 3, 2, 1. And it's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap. Where are we going next, guys? Catch us on the next episode.
Yes.
Yay. Watch Dream Team.
Dream
Team. Yo, guys. What?
I was waiting for that.